Hello and welcome to Daily English Whisper. I'm Max, and I'm very happy you are here with me today. Take a slow breath. Maybe you are listening in your room. Maybe you are on a train. Maybe you are walking in the evening with your headphones. Maybe you are drinking coffee before work, or maybe your day is finally quiet. Wherever you are in the right place. Today we are going to practice something very special. 120 simple English sentences for daily listening and shadowing practice. Yes, 120, but do not worry. This is not a test. This is not school. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to understand every word immediately. You only need to stay with me, one sentence at a time. Maybe you think, my English is not good enough. I forget words very fast. I feel shy when I speak. I understand English, but I cannot answer. I do not live in an English-speaking country. I am too busy. If that sounds like you, I understand. Many learners think they need long study hours. That is not true. Many learners think they need perfect grammar before speaking. That is also not true. The real secret is simple. Small daily repetition changes your brain. Not stress. Not perfection. Repetition. Smart repetition. Today, we will use sentences that feel real. Not only, where is the library? Not only, I like apples. No. We will use sentences that feel alive. Sentences you may really want to say. Sentences about real moments. Unexpected moments. Quiet thoughts. Small social situations. Work. Daily life. Funny little problems. And maybe some things you have never practiced before. Because real English is not only textbook English. At Daily English Whisper, we build confidence slowly, gently, naturally. By the end of this episode, you will feel more comfortable hearing English, repeating English, and using English. And here is the most important idea. You do not become fluent by waiting to feel ready. You become fluent by practicing before you feel ready. Let's begin with our first sentences. Listen first. Then repeat. Sentence 1. I almost forgot why I came into this room. Now repeat. I almost forgot why I came into this room. Good. Sentence 2. This coffee tastes stronger than I expected. Repeat. This coffee tastes stronger than I expected. Sentence 3. I need a few quiet minutes before I answer that. Repeat. Sentence 4. My phone battery always gets low at the worst time. Repeat. Sentence 5. I thought today would be easier than yesterday. Repeat. Sentence 6. That was not the ending I imagined. Repeat. Sentence 7. I keep checking the weather even though I already know it is raining. Repeat. Sentence 8. I should probably drink more water today. Repeat. Sentence 9. This song reminds me of a place I cannot explain. Repeat. Sentence 10. I wish I'd asked one more question. Repeat. Very nice. You are already doing real English practice. Let's continue. Sentence 11. I was not expecting to see you here today. Repeat. Sentence 12. The line moved faster than I thought it would. Repeat. Sentence 13. I think I left my keys somewhere unusual. Repeat. Sentence 14. This chair is more comfortable than it looks. Repeat. Sentence 15. I need to organize my thoughts before I speak. Repeat. Now, something important. If you missed words, that is okay. If your pronunciation feels strange, that is okay. If you feel slow, that is okay. This is exactly how progress begins. Now let me ask you something. What is shadowing? Maybe you hear this word often, but what does it really mean? Shadowing is simple. You hear English, and you repeat it. Like an echo, like a shadow follows a person. You do not stop to translate every word. You do not open a dictionary every 10 seconds. You listen, you repeat. You train your ears, you train your mouth, you train your confidence. This works because language is physical. English is not only information, English is movement. Your tongue moves, your mouth moves, your rhythm changes, your brain learns patterns. So let's do a small shadowing practice. Listen first, then say it with me slowly. Sentence 16. I was about to leave when the message arrived. Now together. I was about to leave when the message arrived. Excellent. Sentence 17. The restaurant looked empty, but every table was reserved. Repeat. Sentence 18. I do not always say what I am really thinking. Repeat. Sentence 19. That explanation made sense after the second time. Repeat. Sentence 20. I smiled, but I was actually confused. Repeat. Good. Again, shadowing does not mean perfect understanding. It means active listening. Let's continue. Sentence 21. I cannot decide whether to stay home or go out. Repeat. Sentence 22. Someone near me is having a very dramatic phone call. Repeat. Sentence 23. I accidentally opened the wrong door. Repeat. Sentence 24. This smells like something from my childhood. Repeat. Sentence 25. I did not realize how tired I was until I sat down. Repeat. Sentence 26. That question was harder than it sounded. Repeat. Sentence 27. I am trying to explain this without making it more confusing. Repeat. Sentence 28. The elevator stopped on every single floor. Repeat. Sentence 29. I think this package belongs to my neighbor. Repeat. Sentence 30. I laughed at the wrong moment. Repeat. Nice work. Here is a little secret. Even 10 minutes like this every day can help you more than one long, stressful study session every month. Small practice, big change. Now, let's keep going. Sentence 31. I should have brought something warmer to wear. Repeat. Sentence 32. This conversation is going in a surprising direction. Repeat. Sentence 33. I was listening, but my mind started wandering. Repeat. Sentence 34. That is not exactly what I meant. Repeat. Sentence 35. I need a better plan for tomorrow morning. Repeat. You are doing beautifully. Now, let's talk about the real question. How do you actually improve your English in daily life? Because maybe you say, I want to improve, but I have no time. I start, then I stop. I know words, but I freeze. I sound different in my head. I am embarrassed. Listen carefully. You do not need a perfect life to improve your English. You need small moments. That is all. Today I will show you simple daily ways to make English part of your life. And yes, these 120 sentences are part of that training. Because the more real sentences you hear and repeat, the less English feels strange. If this is helping you already, you can gently like the video. And stay with me. The best sentences are still coming. Let's continue. Sentence 36. I noticed something strange, but I decided not to mention it. Repeat. Sentence 37. The train was delayed, so everyone became unusually friendly. Repeat. Sentence 38. I am still thinking about what she said yesterday. Repeat. Sentence 39. This notebook is full of ideas I never finished. Repeat. Sentence 40. I almost sent that message to the wrong person. Repeat. Sentence 41. I did not expect that joke to be so funny. Repeat. Sentence 42. The room became quiet in a very sudden way. Repeat. Sentence 43. I need to learn how to say no more clearly. Repeat. Sentence 44. This feels familiar, but I cannot remember why. Repeat. Sentence 45. I was trying to help, but I made things worse. Repeat. Now imagine this. You hear English while making breakfast. You repeat one sentence. Later, while folding clothes, you repeat another. While waiting somewhere, another. That is how real learners improve. Not by waiting, by using life. Let's continue. Sentence 46. I wish meetings started exactly when they were supposed to. Repeat. Sentence 47. I think someone took my seat by mistake. Repeat. Sentence 48. I finally found the file I was looking for. Repeat. Sentence 49. That was a much longer story than I expected. Repeat. Sentence 50. I am not sure this is the right building. Repeat. Sentence 51. I keep telling myself to be more patient. Repeat. Sentence 52. The instructions were clear, but I still got lost. Repeat. Sentence 53. I should probably stop buying notebooks I never use. Repeat. Sentence 54. This place looks completely different at night. Repeat. Sentence 55. I meant to call earlier, but time disappeared. Repeat. Excellent. We now have 55 sentences in your English ears, and your brain is already adapting. Good. Stay with me. You are doing something important right now. Not loud, not dramatic, but important. This is how confidence grows. Quietly. Now, let's continue with one of the most powerful daily ways to improve your English. Use English during strange little moments. Not only study time, real life has many hidden minutes. Waiting for food, looking for something you lost, standing in an elevator, walking from one place to another. These moments look small, but they are perfect, because your brain learns consistency, not intensity. Let's practice with more sentences you could actually use. Sentence 56. I came here for one thing, and now I have 5 things in my basket. Repeat. I came here for one thing, and now I have 5 things in my basket. Sentence 57. I thought this shortcut would save time, but I was very wrong. Repeat. Sentence 58. Someone is singing confidently, and honestly, I respect that. Repeat. Sentence 59. I keep opening the fridge, like a new idea will appear. Repeat. Sentence 60. That was surprisingly kind of a complete stranger. Repeat. Very nice. Now say this with me slowly. Small moments become English moments. Again. Small moments become English moments. Excellent. Sentence 61. I forgot what I wanted to search for the second I opened my browser. Repeat. Sentence 62. The silence here feels peaceful, not awkward. Repeat. Sentence 63. I am trying not to overthink something very small. Repeat. Sentence 64. This queue is moving like a sleepy turtle today. Repeat. Sentence 65. I was sure I had already replied to that email. Repeat. Good. Here is something many learners do wrong. They think English must happen at a desk, with perfect focus, with a notebook, With grammar exercises, sometimes yes, but often no. English can happen while your soup gets warm, while you wait for your ride, while you clean a mirror, while you stand in line behind someone buying 12 mysterious items. That is real learning. Sentence 66. The smell of fresh bread makes every decision harder. Repeat. Sentence 67. I nearly waved at someone who was not waving at me. Repeat. Sentence 68. This conversation is much more interesting than I expected. Repeat. Sentence 69. I wish my future self would organize things better for me. Repeat. Sentence 70. I am learning to be comfortable with small mistakes. Repeat. Beautiful. Even if your pronunciation is imperfect, you are training real communication. And that matters. Now let's move to another powerful daily way. Speak before you feel ready. Yes, that sounds uncomfortable. Because many people wait. They say, soon, after more vocabulary, after better grammar, after more confidence. But confidence often comes after action, not before. Let me say that again. Confidence often comes after action, not before. So today, we practice speaking with simple but meaningful English. Real emotions, real moments, real thoughts. Sentence 71. I do not know the perfect word, but I can still explain the idea. Repeat. Sentence 72. Let me think for a second before I answer. Repeat. Sentence 73. That is a good question, and I need a moment. Repeat. Sentence 74. I understand the feeling, but I cannot explain it clearly yet. Repeat. Sentence 75. I am practicing, so thank you for being patient with me. Repeat. Very good. These are survival sentences, power sentences, because real conversations are not perfect. Even native speakers pause, change direction, forget words, start again. That is normal. Now repeat this with me. I can speak even when I am not perfect. Again. I can speak even when I am not perfect. Excellent. Sentence 76. I changed my mind halfway through saying that sentence. Repeat. Sentence 77. That sounded better in my head than out loud. Repeat. Sentence 78. I know what I mean, but I need another way to say it. Repeat. Sentence 79. Please give me a second to find the right words. Repeat. Sentence 80. I am getting better every time I try. Repeat. Nice. Now imagine this. You are in a cafe in another country. You need to explain something. Your English is not perfect, but you speak anyway. That moment changes you. Because your brain learns, I survived, and next time feels easier. Sentence 81. I may make mistakes, but silence will not help me improve. Repeat. Sentence 82. This is uncomfortable now, but it will feel normal later. Repeat. Sentence 83. I used to avoid speaking, but now I am trying. Repeat. Sentence 84. Every awkward conversation teaches me something useful. Repeat. Sentence 85. I am building confidence one sentence at a time. Repeat. Excellent work. You are doing incredibly well, really. Many people click on videos, few stay, fewer repeat out loud, but you are here. That matters. Now let's talk about another daily way. Train your English through imagination. Yes, your imagination. Because your brain loves stories. Your brain remembers scenes better than isolated words. So instead of memorizing random vocabulary, imagine moments, mini scenes, tiny movies. Let's do that together. Sentence 86. I imagined missing my flight, so I arrived absurdly early. Repeat. Sentence 87. I practiced this conversation in my head 3 times already. Repeat. Sentence 88. If someone asks me that question, I think I am ready now. Repeat. Sentence 89. I imagine the worst, and reality was much easier. Repeat. Sentence 90. Sometimes my imagination creates problems that do not exist. Repeat. Very nice. Now imagine a scene. You are at a small bookstore in another city. You ask for a recommendation. You understand most of the answer. You smile. That is English practice 2. Sentence 91. I would choose the corner table near the window. Repeat. Sentence 92. If I lived here, I would come every weekend. Repeat. Sentence 93. I think I would ask the owner for a recommendation. Repeat. Sentence 94. That kind of place makes me want to stay longer. Repeat. Sentence 95. I can practice English by imagining real conversations. Repeat. Excellent. This method works because emotions help memory. Scenes help memory, meaning helps memory. Random lists are harder to keep. Stories stay longer. And before we continue, leave a quick comment. Which method helps you most so far? Shadowing? Speaking anyway? Using imagination? I would love to know. And stay with me, because the final sections become even more practical. Now let's continue. Sentence 96. I imagine future conversations so I feel less nervous later. Repeat. Sentence 97. I can turn ordinary moments into speaking practice. Repeat. Sentence 98. Even a short practice session helps my brain remember English. Repeat. Sentence 99. I do not need perfect conditions to improve. Repeat. Sentence 100. Progress feels slow until one day it feels natural. Repeat. Amazing. 100 sentences, and we are not finished yet. Take a slow breath. You made it this far. That already says something about you. You are someone who shows up, even on busy days, even when learning feels slow, even when your brain says, maybe later. Now let's talk about the final big way, the most powerful one. Make English part of your identity. Not only something you study, something you live. This changes everything, because when English is only homework, your brain resists it. But when English becomes part of daily life, it feels natural, lighter, more human, and this final way becomes many tiny habits. Small actions, very easy actions, but powerful. Let's continue with our sentences. Sentence 101. I changed my phone settings just to see more English every day. Repeat. I changed my phone settings just to see more English every day. Sentence 102. I wrote 3 short thoughts in English before going to bed. Repeat. Sentence 103. I recorded myself speaking and noticed I sounded better than expected. Repeat. Sentence 104. I followed English creators who actually talk about interesting things. Repeat. Sentence 105. I repeated one short video until the rhythm felt natural. Repeat. Beautiful. That is exactly how identity changes. Not with giant effort, with tiny repetition. Now, imagine this. You wake up, your phone says things in English. Your notes are in English. A short voice memo in English. A sentence while brushing your teeth. A phrase while making tea. That is not studying. That is living with English. Sentence 106. I described what I was doing out loud while making breakfast. Repeat. Sentence 107. I left myself a note in English on the bathroom mirror. Repeat. Sentence 108. I practiced introducing myself while waiting for my food. Repeat. Sentence 109. I explained my day to myself like I was telling a friend. Repeat. Sentence 110. I am building English into my normal routine. Repeat. Excellent. Now repeat this with me. English can be part of my real life. Again. English can be part of my real life. Very good. Let's go deeper. Because identity is not one big emotional moment. It is repetition. Tiny repeated proof. Your brain watches what you do. And then it says, "Oh, this is who we are now." So let's add more micro habits. Simple ones. Interesting ones. Not boring textbook habits. Imagine walking through a museum alone. You describe what you see in English. Imagine hearing strange news and reacting in English. Imagine talking to yourself after an awkward social moment. That is real speaking practice. Let's continue. Sentence 111. That painting makes me feel curious, but I do not know why. Repeat. Sentence 112. If I had answered differently, that conversation might have changed. Repeat. Sentence 113. I am explaining this story to myself in simple English. Repeat. Sentence 114. That was awkward, but at least now I have a story. Repeat. Sentence 115. I noticed I am starting to think in short English phrases. Repeat. That last one matters. A lot. Because many learners wait for some magical moment. A day when suddenly they think in English all day. But usually it begins quietly. A short phrase. Then another. Then a reaction. Then a thought. Like, that's strange. I'm tired. Where did I put that? Not again. Small beginnings. Big transformation. Now, more sentences. Sentence 116. I caught myself reacting in English before translating anything. Repeat. Sentence 117. I do not sound perfect, but I sound more natural now. Repeat. Sentence 118. English feels less like a school subject and more like a tool. Repeat. Sentence 119. I trust myself more when I keep practicing consistently. Repeat. Excellent. One more sentence. Our final sentence. Sentence 120. I am becoming someone who uses English, not someone who only studies it. Repeat slowly. I am becoming someone who uses English, not someone who only studies it. Again, I am becoming someone who uses English, not someone who only studies it. That sentence is powerful. Keep it, remember it, and here we are. You just practiced 120 real English sentences together with me. That is not small. That is real work. Today, you listened. You repeated. You trained your ears. You trained your pronunciation. You trained your confidence. And, maybe most importantly, you proved something to yourself. That you can do this. Let's remember the message of today. You do not need perfect conditions. You do not need perfect grammar. You do not need giant motivation every day. You need rhythm, small repetition, real contact with English. Here is today's secret sentence. Listen carefully. Small English moments create big English change. Repeat. Small English moments create big English change. Again. Small English moments create big English change. Beautiful. Now imagine replacing tiny moments in your day. Your to-do list in English. Your shopping reminder in English. A short voice note in English. Watching 5 minutes of something interesting in English. Describing your lunch in English. Reacting to strange news in English. Talking to yourself while searching for lost keys in English. These things sound simple. Because they are simple. That is why they work. English does not need to live in a classroom. It can live in your ordinary life, and when that happens, something changes. You stop feeling like a visitor in the language. You begin to belong there. Slowly, naturally, one phrase at a time. At Daily English Whisper, that is what we build together. Not fear, not pressure. Confidence, calm confidence. And if you are still here with me now, I want to say something. I am proud of you, really, because learning a language takes courage, especially when you feel shy, especially when life is busy, especially when progress feels invisible. But invisible progress is still progress. One day, a sentence that feels difficult today will feel easy. One day, you will answer faster. One day, you will understand more than you expected. One day, English will feel less foreign. And that day starts with days like this one. If this practice helped you, subscribe and keep learning here with Daily English Whisper. There are many more calm English sessions waiting for you. I'm Max. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself. Keep listening. Keep speaking. And I will see you very soon. Goodbye.